Okay, so good morning everyone. Today is gonna be the last class, okay? Today is gonna be the last lecture. And next week you're gonna have the final exam, okay? And again, your final exam is gonna be on Wednesday, next week, Wednesday, April 29th, okay? April 29th, Wednesday. Thailand times, okay? Thailand times from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock. You have 2 hours, okay? You have 2 hours Thailand time from 9 to 11, okay? The way to do the final exam is gonna be very simple, okay? Around 8:55, around 8:55 in the morning Thailand times, I'm gonna send the exam to your email. I'm gonna send the question of the final exam to your email. So you just check your email. After you see the question, you just do it on the paper with your pen, with your pencil, okay? Just keep doing it in your paper. And after you're done, you take a photo, okay? You take a photo of all the answer sheet and then email it back to me, okay? Just take a photo in JPEG files, okay? Just make sure that I can read it, okay? Make sure that you have focus on the answer sheet, okay, and it's easy to read, okay, and then send the file back to my email, okay, before, let's say, send me back the email at 11 o'clock, okay, Thailand times, 11 o'clock Thailand time, no later than 11 o'clock, okay, so just that, very simple like that, okay, and that's it, okay, that's it. Before we start the lecture today I'm gonna give you 2 homework, okay? Today I'm gonna give you 2 homework. The first homework is because of last night, okay? We have some special situation in the world economy, okay? Last night, I record this video on Tuesday. In Thailand now it's Tuesday, so last night for me it's like Monday in US, okay? Monday in US, okay? Monday in US, 20 April, okay? We have the special situation, okay? The oil price in West Texas, WTI, okay? West Texas index, oil index, okay? West Texas WTI, okay? The oil price in West Texas last night in Thailand or Monday in US, the oil price in West Texas become negative, okay? Become negative for the first time. This is really unusual. The price of oil going down from like a $40–50 per barrel to $10 to $5 to $1, and then after that it's become negative for the first time, okay? So this is gonna be your first homework, okay? This is gonna be your first homework, okay? Please review the news about the negative oil price, okay? And write me why it's become negative, why the oil price going down a lot, okay? Why? Of course, it's because of COVID, okay? It's because of COVID, okay? Nobody going out, everyone stay at home, so then the demand of oil is going down, okay? No demand of oil, then nobody want to buy oil, okay? So then that's why it's cheap. And the other one that I want you to review is about the conflict between Saudi Arabia, okay? Saudi Arabia and Russia, okay? They have the conflict, okay? That's why both countries keep pump the oil out, okay? Because they want to push the price down to hurt the other side, okay? They have the conflict between Russia and Saudi Arabia. So I want you to review this situation. Review the conflict between Saudi Arabia and Russia. Review the problem from the COVID-19, okay? Demand for the whole world going down and why it's become negative, okay? Why it's become negative, okay? I want to mention that the negative price is not for today. It's actually the price of the oil that have to be delivered next month in May. So this is like the future market. So you need to understand how the market works. Okay? Review it on the news or the Google and then write me 2 page. Okay, write me 2 page. Send me the email. Due date is next Wednesday, Thailand time. Okay. So yeah, this is the first homework. Okay. So. Okay, the lecture today, we're gonna keep talking about the model that we stopped last time. Okay, if you still remember, last time we talked about IS curve. Okay, IS curve, and IS curve come from the equilibrium in output market, come from Keynesian cross model. Okay, we have Keynesian cross model, we have the equation C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Okay, like the total expenditure, if it's changed, total expenditure shift up, shift down, and its affects the IS curve. IS curve can going to the right, can going to the left. Okay, we talk about the law of the government, how the government spending affect the equilibrium in the economy, how it affect IS curve. We talk about tax, we talk about multiplier effects. Okay, so then today we're going to talk about the other curve. Okay, the other market. Today we're going to talk about LM curve. Okay, we don't talk about LM curve, and we're going to talk about money market. Okay, so today we're going to talk about LM curve. Okay, LM curve, and LM come from liquidity, and M come from money. Okay. Today we're going to talk about LM curve, and you can guess from the name. L comes from liquidity and M comes from money. So this one is like, in economy, it's like the money is just like a liquid. Okay, the money can flow from one place to another place. Okay, so that's why they use the word liquidity and money. Okay, this is LM curve. Okay, so as you can see from the name, okay, LM curve should be something about money. Okay, it should be something about money. So first, before we talk about LM curve, we're going to talk about the money market first, okay? Okay, money market. Okay, money market. For the money market, as you can see, when you, okay, hear the word market, okay, it means that the place that the buyer come to meet the seller. Okay, so money is just like any product. Okay, someone want to buy, someone want to have the money, and someone can provide the money. So you're gonna have money demands. Okay, let's say MD, and you're gonna have money supply. We use MS. Okay, so we're gonna talk about money supply first. Okay. Money supply is the one who create money. Okay, it's about the story about the one who create the money, the one who can generate the money. Okay, can provide the money. So money supply, this one, money supply is gonna be the story about central bank. Okay, let's say CB. Okay, central bank in USA we call as a Fed. Federal Reserve. Okay, so central bank of every country, okay, have a power to create or destroy the money. Okay, central bank of every country have the power to create or destroy the money. Okay, so they can print out the bank, they can print out the money, the banknote. Okay, they can control the number of money in the economy by buying or selling bonds. Okay, buying or selling bonds, government bonds. Okay, the bonds or the private bank or something like that. Okay, so the central bank have the power to create more money or destroy the money. Okay, this is the job of central bank. So then, okay, money supply. So then for the money supply, we're going to have two different meanings. Okay, first is going to be nominal money supply. We're using M like this. Okay, nominal money supply, we're using M. For the nominal money supply is about the unit of the money. Okay, the total money we have in the economy, and the unit of the money is going to be, for example, the total money in US economy is going to be US dollar. Okay, the unit is going to be US dollar. The total money in Thailand, okay, the unit is going to be Thai baht. Okay, the total money in Japan, the unit of the money in Japan, we're going to use yen. Okay, this is a nominal money supply. nominal money supply, or M, okay, or M, okay. This one, okay, nominal money supply or M. This is a total money in the economy in the unit of the currency. US dollar for USA, Thai baht for Thailand, Japanese yen for Japan, okay. And then in the model, we won't use the nominal money supply. We're going to use the real money supply. We're going to have the other term. Real money supply. Okay, we're going to use real money supply. Real money supply comes from M, the nominal money supply, divided by P. Okay, M divided by P. So this one, for example, if I have the money in the pocket, okay, for example, I have the whole economy in my pocket, okay, the total money I have is like 1,000 baht, okay. For example, the total money I have is 1,000 baht, okay. So then this is a nominal money supply, 1,000 baht is a unit of the currency, the unit of the money, 1,000 baht, okay. However, if I want to find the real money supply, the real money supply is using the nominal money supply, nominal of the money supply, divided by price, okay, divided by price. For example, I have 1,000 baht, okay, I have 1,000 baht. The price of the food in Thailand is like a 50 baht per meal. Okay? The nominal money supply 1,000 baht. The price of the food in Thailand is like a 50 baht per meal. So then what it means is 1,000 baht. This is a nominal money supply. Okay? After divide by the price of the food, 50 baht per meal, then what I have is, I know that my money, the nominal money supply here, 1,000 baht, equal to 20 meals. Equal to 20 mil. This is a real money supply, like the real purchasing power of the money. Okay, like the real purchasing power of the money. If everything in the economy become more expensive, P going up. P going up means that even though we have the same money, okay, if everything in the economy become more expensive, even though we have the same money, but the power of the money become decreasing. It's like the real money supply decreasing. On the other hand, even though I have the same number of money, if everything in the economy becomes cheaper, it means that I can buy more things. I have more power on the money. It means that the real money supply going up. Okay? So this is a difference. Okay? The nominal money supply is about the number of money that everyone in the economy have. The real money supply is about the real purchasing power of the money that the people have. Okay? So the real power of the money can calculate it by using the nominal money supply divided by price. Okay, this is what I have. Okay? So in the model, we're going to use the real money supply, M over P. Okay? Then how the graph look like? Okay, this is again money market. Okay, this is a graph. This is a graph for money market on vertical. Vertical axis is going to be the price of the money. The price of the money is going to be the real interest rate. Okay, I use small r. Okay, small r for the real interest rate. On the horizontal, this is going to be the number of the real money in the economy. The number of the real money in the economy using M over P. Real money supply, the number of the real money supply in the economy, M over P. And the vertical is going to be the real interest rate. Okay? And don't be forget what is the difference between real interest rate and nominal interest rate I taught you before. Okay? For the money supply, okay, for the real money supply controlled by the central bank, okay, so then you're going to have the vertical curve. This M over P. I'm using S here. For the supply. This is M over P. Real money in the economy, okay. Real money in the economy, and then I use S here as a real money supply. Okay, real money supply in the economy always have a vertical curve because the reason is, let's see, point A, point B, point C, even though the real interest rate is high. Okay, even though the real estate is high, even though the real estate is in the middle, even though the real estate is low, RA, RB or RC, the real number of the money in the economy is still the same. Okay, the real number of the money in the economy is still the same, even though the real interest rate is changing. So it means that the real estate have no effect on the real money supply. Again, the real interest rate have no effect on the real money supply because the real money supply comes from M over P. P is the price level in the economy and M is the number of money that controlled by central bank. The central bank can control this guy M. Again, the central bank can control this guy M, the number of money in the economy, the nominal money in the economy. The central bank can control M. The central bank can create more money or destroy the money. Since the central bank can control this one, the central bank can control the whole curve. Okay? So the curve always have a vertical shape like this, because even though the real estate going up, high or low, the real number of the money is still the same, and it can be controlled by central bank. Okay? Like this. Okay, so I write down the graph again. This time I write down M with the number 1. This is M1. This is the real number of money in the economy, M1 over P. Okay, so then the central bank, okay, central bank CB can using what we call monetary policy. Okay. Central bank can using monetary policy to control the number of money in the economy, to control M, the nominal money supply. Since they can control M, they can control real money supply. Okay? When economy is bad, the central bank can help by inject more money into the economy, create more money, okay? Push more money into the economy. Okay? So the way, when they create more money, inject more money into the economy, then the nominal money supply M increasing. When M increasing, we have more money into the economy. We're gonna have more real money supply. Then the whole curve gonna shift to the right. Increasing is mean going to the right. Here, from M1 to M2, this is M2 over P. Okay, let me write down M2 greater than M1, M2 over P. Okay, when the economy is bad, the central bank can help by create more money, inject more money into the economy. Then the number of money into the economy increasing, going to the right. The real money supply increasing, going to the right. Okay, when the central bank inject more money into the economy, create more money into the economy, we use the other word. We call it, this situation we call it as a QE. Okay, we call it as a QE. QE comes from quantitative easing. Okay, quantitative easing. Okay, and we're going to talk more about this, but I'm going to give you the second homework now. Okay, for the second homework for this week, I want you to do the review on quantitative easing, QE. How Fed, Central Bank in USA, how they're going to do in this situation. We have the crisis on COVID-19, okay? So then Central Bank of USA or Fed announcing that they're going to do infinity. We call it infinity QE. This is the first time in history that they're going to do infinity QE. So I want you to review what is that? What is infinity QE? Okay, how they do that? Okay, what they're going to do? Okay, review it for 2 pages and submit it next Wednesday. Okay, next Wednesday. Again, today, this week, you have 2 homework. the first homework is about negative oil price, okay, and the second homework is about infinity QE by Federal Reserve, okay. So we have 2 homework this week. Okay, and again, central bank can control the number of money in the economy. If central bank, when the economy is bad, if central bank want to help, they can inject more money into the economy. We call it as a QE. Okay, then we're gonna have more money in the economy. The real money supply shift to the right. Okay, on the opposite way, when the economy growing very fast, the central bank can slow down the economy by destroy the money, lower the number of money in the economy, and then the real money supply is going to shift to the left. Okay, this one from M1, decreasing the number of money in the economy, going to the left to M3, okay, M3 over P. Let me write down, M3 less than M1, okay. So far so good, okay. So then, done with this one, the first curve, the real money supply curve, okay. And central bank can control, okay, this curve by using the monetary policy, okay. Good. Okay, next one is gonna be MD or money demands. Okay, money demands. Okay, money demand is gonna be high or low. Money demand is about how people in the economy want to hold the money in their hands. How people want to hold the money in their hands. Okay, we call money demands. Okay, so then how much of the money people want to hold in their hand or hold in the pocket. Okay, all money demand depend on 2 factors. Okay, the first factor is the real interest rate. The second factor is about income. Y. Okay, income. Okay, Y. We use Y for the income. Okay, so then real interest rate. For example, I hold 1,000 baht in my pocket. When I hold the money in my pocket, I have the opportunity cost. If I hold a lot of cash in my pocket, I lose the opportunity cost to get the interest rate if I save it in the bank. Okay? If I hold a lot of cash, I lose the opportunity cost of saving this money in the bank and get the interest rate. Okay? So then, interest rate is the first factor that affects the money demands. If the interest rate is high, everyone gonna want to save the money in the bank because they're gonna get a lot of interest rate back. Okay, so they're gonna hold less money. When the real estate is high, money demand is gonna be low. On the other hand, when the real estate is low, nobody wants to save the money in the bank. Okay, everyone gonna keep the money in the pocket, keep the cash. Okay, so then the first one, real interest rate. Okay, real interest rate always have a negative relationship with the money demand. If the real estate is high, they're gonna hold less money because they want to save the money in the bank. Money demand is gonna be low. When the real estate is low, nobody wants to save the money in the bank. Everyone wants to hold the money in the pocket. Money demand is gonna be high. Okay, so then we can write down the graph. This is the real money in the economy, M over P. This is R, the real money, the real interest rate. Money demand is look like this, going down. Always, the money demand curve always have a negative slope, going down. Okay, going down like this. They're going down like this because is showing the negative relationship between the real interest rate and the real number of money that people want to hold in their pocket. Okay, point A, point B. Okay, if the real estate is high, R1, they're gonna hold less money, M over P1. Okay, when the real estate is low, R2, they want to hold more money, M over P2. Okay, so this is the negative slope going down like this, showing the negative relationship between the real interest rate and the real money that people want to hold in the pocket. Okay, first one. Okay. So good. Okay. The second factor is going to be income. Okay. If I am poor, I'm gonna hold less money in my pocket. If I am rich, I'm gonna hold more money in my pocket. So then, if the income is low, why is low? The money demand is going to be low. If income is high, money demand is going to be high. Okay. So they always have a positive relationship between money demand and income. Why? Here, this is MD of Y1. Okay, MD, the bracket of Y1. Okay. For example, if we are here at point A, M over P1, the real estate R1. If we focus on point A, if the real interest rate is fixed at R1, if the real interest rate is fixed at R1, okay, for some reason, if the income of the people increasing, if Y increasing, for example, the economy is really good. If the economy is really good, everyone have more money, everyone have more income, then everyone want to hold more money in the pocket. Money demand is going to be high, okay? Then the whole curve going to shift to the right. This is MD of Y2. Y2 is higher than Y1. Okay, the real estate is fixed at R1, so there is going to be the moving from point A to point B. People want to hold more money from M over P1 to M over P2. Okay, so when the economy is good, everyone has more income from Y1 to Y2. People are going to want to hold more money. Money demand going to shift to the right. Okay, as the interest rate is fixed at R1, when demand curve, when money demand shift to the right, it means that they want to hold more money in their pocket. M over P1 increasing to M over P2. On the opposite way, when the economy is bad, for example, today we have a crisis, okay? COVID-19, when the economy is bad, people have less income, okay? When the economy is bad, everyone lose their job, okay? Unemployment is high, no job, no money, no income, okay? Everyone poor. Okay, then money demand is going to be shift to the left. Okay, this is MD of Y3. Y3 is less than Y1. Okay, since the real estate is fixed at R1, it's like the moving from point A to point C. M over P3. Okay, like this. Okay, so then this is the money demand. Money demand depends on two factors again. Money demand depends on two factors. First, depend on the real interest rate. That's why they have the curve like this. Okay, because if the real estate is high, money demand is going to be low. If the real estate is low, money demand is going to be high. This is going to be the case of moving along the curve. The second factor is going to be the income or the economy. Okay, the GDP. Okay, why? Okay, if the economy is good, people have more income. Okay, people are going to want to hold more money. Money demand is going to shift to the right. When the economy is bad, GDP is low, income is low, people are going to want to hold less money, okay? Money demand is going to be shift to the left, okay? Done for the money demand curve.